Welcome to one more episode of We Are One. Today, I'm your host, Alessander Palma, and we're here with Petra Elmendorff. Welcome, Petra.
Thank you so much to be back. Thank you so much.
It's an honor to have you here with us today and with all the community from all over the world. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much. I feel always, it raises my vibrational level in the moment I realize how many people are now with me. Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome again to meet and have the possibility to be together and share some self-help. So today I was, as I go along with my own experiment in this universal experiment, I find sometimes then, I get stuck in certain thoughts. I get stuck in certain circumstances. And I keep so focused on the news, or I'm so focused on whatever is happening on the outside world, that I find it very beneficial to do my Jin Shin Jyutsu and remember to disconnect from this narrow focus. And so today I like to share with you one approach that really works for me, and besides the fact that it has lots of benefits. But I like to work today with Jupiter principle. Now, I know some of you are not familiar with the astrology. You don't have to. We see in Jin Shin Jyutsu the reference to vibration. Everything is vibration. And so this safety energy logs, the organ flows, and other vibrational levels are related to the astrology as well. It's not so much about the astrology, it's about what these safety energy logs have to offer. So let's start while I talk. Why don't we start already with the self-help? And the first self-help is safety energy log number 10. Now the 10 lives between your shoulder blades on the back. So it lives between the spine and the scapula, the shoulder blade. And I just figure you are like me. Of course, maybe I can reach it, but it's not as comfortable. So you might just want to grab your upper arm, just like your upper arm. And if you're holding the whole upper arm, you are also having, at the same time, a possibility to harmonize the front part of the chest. So I'm holding the upper arm and I'm connecting that and, with the inner side of my knee on the opposite side. So my left hand will be on the opposite side of the knee inside, which is safety energy log number 1, which would be a self-help version for opening the 10. So the 10 is one of the Jupiter's safety energy logs I like to introduce you today. And Jupiter is trust. Jupiter helps us to expand. And especially if we feel like we are so focused in and we just have zeroed in and we can't look left and right and we don't know how to step out of a certain thought train. If we hold the 10 with the opposite 1, it is an invitation to expand. It's an invitation to allow space, because we are bigger than whatever is happening on the outside world. And especially these Jupiter principles, they don't just know trust because we are scared otherwise. It's not even, the word trust is not even right. It's more like a deep knowing that everything is fine. Everything is working out well. If we are taking care of our inner climate, if we relax, and you might want to close your eyes now, and I will do that too. And just imagine that we know all this, that we know how to let go into space. just imagine space around you, all sides. And we as well, we have the thoughts, we have the feelings, and we will notice them. However, with this expansion of Jupiter, of the 10, we are opening up the whole chest. We are opening up the whole breathing. And there's something else that is given with all the Jupiter safety energy locks, and as well, and especially with this one, because it talks about abundance. It's the knowledge that everything is so abundantly rich. It is a quality of love, of grace. And if we trust the 10, we look at life from the blessings. Instead of focusing on what we lack and what is not happening, we are focusing on blessing. So we take a few breaths and just maybe you'll find something that you can be grateful for, something that is a blessing in your life. And maybe really make it big, because what is happening if we are going with safety energy lock number 10, we are also helping the heart. And we talked about the heart before, and not only me, all my colleagues are talking about the same thing. And as we talk about the heart, we are easier with understanding the deeper principles of love and connectedness and oneness. So safety energy lock number 1 is a reminder, 1 and 10, 10 is a 1, is a reminder of this experience of blessing. I know, maybe the mind is saying, I'm not having any blessings. I'm sure you have. Let's just look for it. Let's just look for what really was good today. Or maybe what is a blessing in your life. And we all know also this feeling of things, that things work out. We might want to remember this in us, that we know deep inside that we can trust that things will work out. That everything is happening to like a harmonic symphony. So we're opening up our chest, we're opening our heart, and we begin to experience a sense of spaciousness and maybe expansion, especially in this upper area. You might notice that your shoulders drop. Okay, I would like now to do the other side. So now I take my left hand and place it to the upper arm, and my right hand will be placed on my left knee, the inside of the knee, which is safety energy lock number 1. So we're now doing the right 10, and you might already notice that now this feels already different. At least this is how it is for me now. I feel like my left side feels different than my right side. Doesn't have to be, but I already have a sense of more openness in general in this area. So again, let's tune in to the openness and space that is surrounding us, the trust and the meaning of the universe. There is meaning in it. It is blessed. And if we are in the vibration of Jupiter, we know that everything will work out for us. Everything is fine. And again, we might want to remember the blessings we have received, the blessings that surround us. We are blessed to know Jin Shin Jyutsu because we have a tool to regulate and harmonize our climate, our inner climate, and raise our vibration. And the breathing might go easier in and out. And the heart and the lungs and the shoulders, they can drop more. And now I would like to add to this opening. Now we opened up the chest. And with the opposite one we were holding, we're helping the breathing to be deeper and more expanded. And now we can place your hands on the crest of your pelvis, on safety angel of number 2. Just hold both toes. This is another Jupiter related safety angel log. And while, the warehouse of abundance is the 10, the 2 talks about the receiving of the purified breath of life. It's the reminder of the ability to receive, meaning I don't have to control, I don't have to do, can just relax. And this is what we are going to do now. We just sit here holding the 2 and allowing to receive, allowing ourselves an image to be taken care of, that the blessings can come to us. And because we know that safety angel log number 2 works with the inhalation, and inhaling always means receiving, being nourished, but also remember who we are, returning to our roots, being transformed and renewed. So now we receive the blessings, we open up, and we don't have to know how they can come to us. We have not to figure out how the solution will be. The wisdom of the 2 is that it will come as we open up. So again, the introduction to a deeper trust in life and to the sense of expansion and also wonder. And you might feel, I don't know if that is your perception, but I just realize it as I treat myself. Because, the 10 is open. We just opened the 10. Now the breath of life can be easier received all the way up into the lungs. So now energy rising up my back and filling my chest. And, on the more physical plane, but also on the mental, emotional plane, if we hold the 2, we also relax exhaustion. We also energize. We are given. Just imagine how your pelvic is relaxing and the back is opening up, and from Jupiter to Jupiter, from the 2 the energy moves to the 10, and the 10 is receiving the energy from the 2. So it's all relaxing our back, and the back is always important for feeling a backup, feeling you have back support. And from the 2s, again, I would like to work with the front. So just for you to understand, we open up the 10, we open up the chest. And then this was Jupiter. Now we open up the 2, so the whole energy can rise up and the chest is open. Now we work with the front, and I hope you can see this. And Ellie is showing it beautifully. So we are going to work with the 14s. And the 14, you can just hold both 14s in the front. It's below your rib cage, just where the rib cage is ending and the soft part of the belly is starting. And also the 14s are relating to the principles of the trusting, the expanding, and also the welcoming, the deeper understanding of life. Because this is also something that the Jupiter principle implies. It is going beyond duality. Like if we are pulled back and forth between, we are in a conflict and we are caught in the duality, we will see that the 14s will help us to understand that there are no contradictions. We just have to move to a higher plane. So here is where we digest everything. Here is where we connect heaven and earth, where we can live in a world that goes through such an experiment as now, and at the same time be with our wisdom, with ourselves, staying in our center, digesting and being well connected, because the 14s here in the front, they also open up the solar plexus, and this is, this, where we sometimes contract when we are in fear. So we're holding the 14s. And now for your inner eye, for your inner imagination, you can now see how all this inhalation, the possibility of receiving, now we are in exhalation mode. Now the energy can travel down the front again and completely letting go. letting go of unnecessary limitations. And for me, the 14 also is a way to sense or to understand the deeper meaning of something, go beyond the duality and see the hidden, the divine message in every situation. Derive the divine message out of every situation. Whatever we eat, whatever we are experiencing, we are deeply tuned into the divine pattern in this. And again, what is also very interesting here, you might feel it already. It harmonizes the diaphragm. And the diaphragm is very important for the breathing capacity, the freedom to breathe in and out. So as we relax in the 14, we also help the diaphragm. And just feel this for a moment. So as we do these 3 safety interlocks, the 10, the 2, and the 14, they also have in common that they all work with the breathing. Like the 10, directly the heart, the lung, directly the lungs, the opening, the capacity, the volume of your chest. The 2, receiving the breath of life, the inhalation, the rising to be fed and nourished and spiritualized. And then the 14 with the diaphragm. And I don't know how it feels for you, but I feel like there's much more space in my chest. And I feel that the diaphragm activity is much more at ease. This is me. I mean, everybody's different.
Same here.
Same here? Oh, good. Yes.
Lots of space.
Nice. And I picked this so you all know, because the moment we can get out of the narrow-minded focus of the mind, we open up and we become expansive in our thinking and feeling. We are changing to a different vibrational rate also in our brain, and we begin to relax. And as we open up, the experience of trust is much more available. It's much more, it's not just a word. So whenever we are too focused and too analytical and too much concentrated, this is the opening that gives us really an experience of the big space that surrounds us, and we are all energy and consciousness. So it's our, this is what Jupiter is well known for. It's just consciousness. It just gives us the experience of that. It's actually the bridge that is opening up into the total unknown. Yes. Thank you, Ali, for being here with me. At least I can see one person. And I know all of you are there. And I wish we would have possibilities to see each other, but, with this amount of people. But I'm happy to share this with you. I love to combine the safety angel logs with, their vibrational meaning. If you are, have a certain intention you want to achieve. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I see you next time.
Thank you very much. And tomorrow we'll be here at the same time at 2 in the afternoon in New York City time. We hope that you are safe, take good care of yourself, and see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.